Hey, it's me back in the States. I've had a long time to think about some of the stuff that we've gone over. I think I'm going to focus mostly on talking about Micah's lecture, because I found it the most interesting or the most informative, and especially in contrast with the gender clinic that day. I really learned a lot. Micah's discussion around the pathologization, I can never say that word, of transness, and comparing and contrasting transsexual as a medicalized, pathologized concept to transgender, which is more of a social concept, I found really informative. It really kind of solidified those boundaries between those two words and kind of helped me fully understand the difference, because for a long time I've treated those words rather synonymously, and more of one being outdated and one being more in modern use, which I still think holds true, but at the same time it's important to recognize how those specific words are used. The concept that really kind of blew me away in that particular lecture was when Micah was talking about classism in relation to hate crime laws, and how, in a way, those laws are classist because what they do is, whereas middle class people are allowed to negotiate the boundaries of those laws, working class people are not. And so in a way, working class people are the only people punished for hate crime laws, because you say you have a middle class person who's in a managerial position and they fire you for being trans, but they can negotiate that law in a way where they're firing you for other things. And I kind of know this from personal experience, having a father who was kind of targeted after he had a DUI, even though it had no impact on his work, and his work targeted him. And so they didn't fire him for getting the DUI because that's illegal. They fired him for other infractions that built up over time. So I kind of was familiar with this concept, but it had never really been put into words for me, and so to kind of hear that, it was a really big, like, whoa moment for me. And it just kind of blew my mind. And it kind of, and in a way, I'm still really thinking about the implications that has for hate crime laws and statutes, and how we kind of go about policing those laws and enforcing them, and the kind of particular groups that are affected by them. As far as other stuff goes, I had a really great time at Pride. Kind of getting to see the really stark differences between the mainstream Pride and anal Pride. I will say I enjoyed anal Pride way more. I was there all day. When I did try to go to the mainstream Canal Pride, I didn't feel as welcome. I didn't feel as much as part of a community, and I think that really has to kind of shows how much that corporatization really affects these types of things. To me, the Frank Reich felt like home, and it felt like a community while I was there. Even though it was just dancing and DJs and stuff like that, I still felt comfortable, I felt accepted, and it was a much better environment. I really hope to go back. The Frank Reich just kind of put on a better party, honestly. But not only that, I think that the environment they fostered was really important for the people that showed up. It was much more welcoming, and I didn't feel policed. I didn't feel othered. I felt like I belonged. And even at Canal Pride, I didn't necessarily feel that way. But yeah, other than that, I'm still kind of working through some of my end goal project stuff. I'm at this point still doing a bunch of readings to kind of solidify where I'm going with the project. It's looking like I'm going to still be doing kind of a comparative piece, but I don't necessarily know if I'm going to throw in like my predictions. I think it might just be a comparative piece on how the rhetorics are utilized and where they kind of originated from. And what I'm hoping to kind of end up getting out of that isn't so much a prediction for what will happen in the U.S., but maybe a better understanding of the politics that both the U.S. and the Netherlands kind of utilize, and where those political agendas are, and how homonationalism is being used to further those agendas. But that's all I have. I'm happy to be back in the States. I'm going to miss Amsterdam, and I just want to say thank you to both Mindy and Steven for being fantastic instructors. I think I made friends on this trip. that are going to last the rest of my life. And you guys were great. Both of you pushed us in ways that I wasn't expecting, and I wasn't always necessarily prepared for, but they were necessary, and I think they made me a better academic, and they've made me a better student overall. And so just thank you to both of you for that. Really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see everyone and all of you again. So goodbye until my final vlog. Thanks, guys.